Howdy, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator, where today we're going to be cleaning the fire station. Denver Drill messages saying, "Our fire station's as mucky as a pig pen. Ordinarily, we just break out a few crates of the cold stuff and let the strong arms and hoses have it. But what with being sent here, there, and everywhere in search of the mayor's dang cat, we just don't have the time. I'm messaging you from the lower branches of a tree at Great River, and I can already see it has no cat in it. Your name came highly recommended. Thanks, Denver." No problem, Denver. We'll get you sorted right away. And by right away, I mean it might take a little while. This is a rather large level. We actually have 2 structures to do, and the achievement for this one is called Tall Order, and it is completely cleaning the fire station job without using the scaffolding, which, as you can see, might prove to be a bit difficult. So we'll start with this one just because it is the nightmare portion, and we'll work our way down to the next one. But I am anticipating this will be probably a bit longer than our last episode, given the last episode was a vehicle level. And we'll just leave it at that. Well, with 2 structures, it could be like this is a 3-story structure. The other one's 2 stories, and it's got quite a bit of size to it and itself. I'm trying not to fall off of here. And I feel a little under-equipped because I know there's a stronger pressure washer that could probably more easily handle these heights. But that's okay. We'll make it work. It has been confirmed that we can complete this achievement even with the Prime Vista 1500 with the long extension. So we've got our power washers at least twice as strong, or 2 levels higher than that. So it should be good. It should be okay. And once we get this tower done, that's when it's going to be the most clear. Because, as I said, getting this one done without the scaffolding is kind of a mess waiting to happen. But once we do that, I'm assuming there will be no issues getting the rest of the fire station. But let's not dwell too much on how much there is to do or how hard it's going to be to do. Because either way, we're going to get it done. So let's take it with an attitude of gratitude, shall we? Now normally I like to use the one that goes around and around. Ooh, that cleaned up quite nicely actually. But I think for these purposes... Oh, they've got a soccer ball they're taunting me with over there. Hey. 1 second. I think. Got a sneeze coming on, I can feel it. Okay. I think it was a one and done, that's weird. Normally they hit me with 2. And then the second most common is 3. But I got away with just 1 this time. I don't know why railings always seem to trip me up, but they do. I think it's because you gotta get them from 3 dimensions and you're already, like, you don't have a lot of space to stand, especially given that you're not supposed to use the scaffolding if you want the achievement. Which does make this one, I would say, even more so than the good things come to those who wait achievement, which we got with the golf cart. Even with that one, I would say this one is probably the most challenging conceptually. I know I said we should stop ruminating on how long and arduous this is going to be. We signed up for it. I did anyway. You don't have to. I mean, don't abandon me, sad face, but all that being said, I think I've only gotten one railing to ding, haven't I? No, I've gotten two, I think. Sorry for all the green spam. I'm just really trying to get this rust off of here. That one cleaned up pretty good. I don't know what this one's problem is. Just being difficult, I suppose. There we go. Alright, well that's phase 1 done. That's the highest point of the map. I don't feel like I want to keep going out and coming back in, but I also want to make sure I'm getting everything, you know what I mean? At least on this top layer. This top layer is going to be the trickiest. So I want to make sure that it is as clean as humanly possible before continuing on, even if it means getting it from the bottom before proceeding to the interior of the tower. So that may be what I do. I may get it from the inside. Well, I mean, this first tier doesn't look too bad, does it? We're already 1% of the way done. This first level doesn't look too bad, so maybe we'll just go ahead and clean up the walls on this first level, the walls and floor on this first level, and then work from there. Now the good news, I know what you're thinking, is there's no way we can clean that without the scaffolding, but the good news is we have access to the step ladder, so I mean, might as well call it good, you know what I mean? As long as we have the step ladder, everything's gonna be just fine. Already 2% of the way done. Now we're being spoiled. I wonder how much, honestly, because the first time I started it, I went with the other building. So I'm kind of curious as to how this building, how much of this building is the percentage. What would you guess? Would you say 25? I don't know. That seems a little ambitious. I would guess, look at the size of that thing. I'd say it's at least, this building is probably about the size of this building here. And then you've got 2 more of that. So let's say that's 3. I'd say 25%. I'd say this building is probably, just guesstimating, 25%. Now, this does have an interior. So rather than being a quarter, it could be the equivalent of roughly 2 of those buildings, which would make it a third, which would put us closer to 33%. But I think my money's going to be on 25. 25. Oh, I do not forget the third dimension, shall we? Now the good thing about this building is all the walls are flat. So you got these good satisfying sweeps you can do. Ooh. That was a little generous, I feel, but I ain't complaining. Already at 3%. Now I've got other songs stuck in my head. This is funny. It's not quite as recent. They're kind of older songs. Still probably have copyrights to them, so I'm not gonna press my luck, but it is amusing. %, more like floor percent, am I right? Hey, I'm walking here. Guess I should get this wall. I think it's funny that I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it from the inside and then get it from the outside. Now that I'm here, I gotta want to get it all the way down on the inside, and then I'll work on the outside from the outside. I feel like that 4% came pretty easy. Now it's being pretty downright unfriendly with the 5%. What's going on? There it is, 5%. I think the stairs this time are connected to this top floor. I like that conceptually, but in practice it's kind of rough to use while moving. The C mode, you can kind of freely aim. Kind of a little bit tricky, not gonna lie. Very, very tricky. Still 5% of the way done. The one thing I will say about this achievement is it seems kind of strange to say like, oh, try to get the outside without a scaffolding, but then it doesn't really provide you a means to, like, these. I guess we could kind of do this number where we're getting it from here, right? But it's still, this is only one side of it. And don't get me wrong, I understand that the premise is like, oh, well, you're supposed to use like the extensions so it's more powerful. Okay, I get that, right? No one's arguing. That's not the intent. However, I feel like having a way to do it regardless kind of makes it more of like a puzzly challenge than a matter of how you spend your money challenge. We don't even have the best pressure washer yet, and I know there's another extension upgrade right around the corner. So it's one of those situations where it's like, oh, well, you should come back to the level to get the achievement. And I don't know that I want those kind of achievements in a PowerWash Simulator game. I feel like incentivizing people to come... Like, as much as I enjoy it, I don't know that I want to come back and do it again just for an achievement. Not that I'm not enjoying coming back and doing it for the videos, but... I like how I said, don't forget the third dimension, and then I completely forgot about these. Okay, I think that's good. And on the one hand, it feels like this pressure washer is considerably stronger, and on the other hand, I'm missing quite a bit. So I think this is what's remaining on the top floor. And then the platform up. Yeah. And then this is the next one. How many floors are there? Only 6% done. We got another set of stairs. First floor and then ground floor. I don't think we're halfway through here yet. See if we can't get some... I don't know how much of this is stubborn stain, so I think if we get a little bit of a wider area, it'll help us out. Yeah, it's getting it pretty good. Even that's getting it pretty good, I would say. That may be the move there. This is going pretty smooth. It's the first time the white nozzle has been coming in clutch, but I think it's actually cleaning pretty well. I mean, you miss the occasional thing, but hey. We're not exactly sure when that becomes a problem. Trying to use that green to keep track of whether or not it's actually cleaning as good as it looks like. Not because I don't trust it, but because I don't really trust it. I just want to make sure it's not getting sloppy around some. Sloppier than it should. Yeah, it's cleaning up pretty good out here, or in here. I mean, there it didn't. See, that's what I'm talking about. That pass didn't do too good. It looked like it did good, but then it left behind all this green stuff. Call me paranoid, but I don't want to come back to deal with those little spots. Looks like our drill tower second floor is almost done. Oh, speak of the devil. Still seems like we're on track to get 25% here with this tower alone. So my guess is if the interior is about 12%, then the exterior should be about 12%, right? Inside wall is still not done, but I guess we're still... Oh, okay, we're on the first floor now. That's good. Still looks like quite a few stairs to clean, though. How are we on the first floor, I wonder? Oh, it may actually be, or may actually be closer on my second bed of like 33%. If this gets up to like 15%, then we'll be closer to 30. Pretty crazy to think about. About 11%. Oh, this is part of the ground floor, eh? Why do they got graffiti here? Go ahead and hose that off. Must not be Calvin because it's in a blue. %, puts us at 26 if it's truly a half and half. We still have the ground floor to go. Not to mention the exterior of the place. Here's another curious thing about this tower, right? What on earth causes the very ground floor, when everything else is so grimy and dirty? What causes that floor down there to be absolutely pristine? Isn't that a little strange? Kind of weird that I got that from the inside. $14. That could be closer to 28. Alright, we're about done with the interior here. The exterior is kind of what I'm most dreading. I think the interior of this level is kind of repetitive, so I wasn't looking forward to that. But now that it's almost out of the way, the next part's definitely going to be the exterior. Mostly because of the achievement, not going to lie, but we shall see. 15 puts us closer to 30, I would guess. Getting those tower frames cleared, that's good. I do wonder what percentage we'll get. Maybe 25 is still accurate because while I was counting on this being about a half and half with the inside and the outside, I don't think I accounted for the stairs, which offer what I would assume is considerably more surface area to clean. So I obviously missed this part and this part. Okay. $16 would put us at 32 for a half and half. I do wonder what the, like it's saying I've got those frames. Obviously I've only been hitting that one corner of the frame, unless that's what counts. 17 would put us at 34. Surely it's not 34. I can't imagine that's correct. Okay, I think the inside of the tower is clear. Yeah, see, the frames on the outside look pretty rough. I think we're gonna go ahead and get the door frame here. I get the door frame? No. thing is kind of tricky, but the door frame. The door frame's done. I'm gonna get this exterior frame here. Okay, so the next thing is I guess I don't know if we're gonna need the stools for that or what. I can come to the top and we can see if we can get it from the like the windows. But I'm hoping it's not gonna make me go get the stool and stand on it for that little bit of oomph. You know what I mean? Okay, it would be cool if we could just kind of get the most of it from up here. It could prove tricky. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. Oh, did it not change? Can I not switch hands? I guess I could try and get it from this angle. It's kind of tricky though. I do have to wonder how effective this has been so far. Hey, that's nice. On some level this appears to be working, right? Hey, how's tricks? Still loving spraying your jet around? Yes, I am, Miss Harpershaw. What about you? What's up? Narrowly missed out on another RV today. This thing was uglier than a chihuahua chewing a wasp, but it would have been my little wasp chewing choo-choo. Oh. Still eyeing those RVs, I see. This is going surprisingly better than I thought it was, trying to climb up around here and get everything. Already 20% of the way done. Am I going to hold to my 25? I suppose we shall see, shan't we? Sorry if I seem a little quiet, I'm focusing. Ooh, that's a good one. That's great. Kidding me? Ooh. It's pretty good too. Drill tower wall. I got that drill tower? Oh, that's part of the same. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I've fallen. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, it is going to be difficult to get up there, isn't it? I think it said there was nowhere really to put the ladder. We could try it anyway. I don't think there's going to be anywhere over there. Kind of silly. There's plenty of places I would put it, but I digress. I suppose I'm not an expert power washer in real life, so I don't really know these things. And I may have to resort to using this thing. Oh, wait a minute. Duh. What if I put my extension back on there like a man that knows what he's doing? Let's get this frame done first. Nice. Actually, you know what? It's driving me crazy. Might as well get each level as it comes. There we are. There we are. Get the second tier. Get our third tier. Oh yeah, that's a lot better for jobs with this angle. How much wall that's covering just by hitting it from down here. It is kind of tough to hit up there. Angles are so important. There we are. That might be a little trickier getting up there. But I think I was actually able to get quite a bit when I switched my nozzle. Not that. Nope. Extension. Switched it back to the stubby gun. Nope. Switch it back to the stubby gun. We're already at 25 just about, so I kind of overshot it there. If we lie down. Oop. Oh, no, I fell. Oh, I got back in. Cool. Hypothetically, could we get down here? Nope. I think I did get it because I was clearing stuff off and I was surprised. But how I did it is tricky. I think it involves like very carefully edging myself onto the like that. I'm on that one. Oh. It's tough. I don't know if that's even what I'm supposed to do. But I did manage to do it by accident on the back side, so I assume it's something I could repeat on the front side. I just need to... Just need to figure out how to do it. I mean, obviously, right, but... There we are. There. Woo. Who knows if that same trick will work several times. Alright. Now I can get out here. This is going a little bit better than I thought it would for sure. 25%, so we've hit the mark I thought it would be. My first guess was 25, my second guess will be 33. And I do wonder what it will be at the end. Okay, that's done. Two out of 4 ain't bad. Four out of 4 would be better, but we're getting there. Alright, we'll do the back the same way we did the front, one level at a time. $27. $28. tough to see when you're not able to go up there and see what you're seeing. %. I think for that one I may have to try and do what I did before, try and drop down and land on the ledges. Oh, I got turned around. It's okay. Happens. Happens to the best of us. Hey, did I get it? I think so. Well, that makes this significantly easier than I thought it was. I spent a lot of time talking about how I thought it would be so hard, and then we're doing alright. Alright, this tower is just about done. 30%. I'll be happy if it lands between 25 and 33. Because those were my two guesses. That was my range, I would say. We'll call it one guess with a range. How about that? It lands anywhere between 25 and 33. Ooh, 31. Hey, I'm glad it's generous. 32. I think we nailed it. 32, almost 33. Yep. Now just to be sure, everything that we set out to clean should be 100% clean. And it looks like it is. So the drill tower is done. That was the hardest part. Now we've just got this to do. And this should be considerably easier. We'll start at the top, as always, and work our way down. This job is really quite satisfying. I wasn't a big fan of the tower in the back the first time through, but I did pretty thoroughly enjoy doing the fire station proper, just because it's so large, so detailed, genuinely making things look nice, as always. But also, it had a lot of big flat areas. A lot of platformy things, like this thing up here, this office wall. Or, I'm sorry, the office over here, the roof. Just a lot of big flat areas. Very satisfying, as it were. I don't know what cladding is. I guess it's just like a decoration. Because I know the word clad, like you're clad in armor. But I don't know the technical terminology. What is Ember Woods? Is that where we're at? I thought we were in Muckingham. It's kind of funny when you're laying prone, but you still hear footsteps. Like, what am I walking on? Besides sunshine, whoa, whoa, whoa. And don't it feel good? Hey, all right now. Oh no, I'm giving into the I'm giving into the music. I'd like for the white nozzle to work if possible. Oh, right off the edge. A little bit of a panic squirt, not gonna lie. Look at the size of this place. 40%. Doesn't feel like it, does it? Now the downside to working from the top bottom on levels like this is it's impossible, it seems. I mean, that would be true if you were going from the bottom to the top too, but I was going to say it's impossible to clear like the office cladding from up here alone, because you've got obviously the sides and the bottom, which are difficult to access from our present location. That's okay. This one doesn't seem too bad. The Katamari music stuck in my head. I think that's about as far as I'm going to get on the cladding, anyhow. Oh, no, here, of course. Definitely feel like I'm gonna have to go to the ground floor to get the unders. Oh, well. Speak of it. While we're here, we might as well. Okay, office cladding is done. Also gonna do a cheeky little wall topper situation. Algeron Evans. What ho, is this the water jet people? I'm having frightful time with the ordinary. Any chance you could give it a quick whiz? I can't help but notice your ad says PowerWash. You do realize that involves hot water. You should change the wording in your ad to pressure wash, unless you plan on an upgrade soon. You know, I have been upgrading since I started, man. Cut a guy some slack. I will use the high pressure washer to get under the office cladding. Having all kinds of problems. Hold on, let me sort this out. I want the white nozzle horizontal. Yes, we got some big strokes going on. Gonna go ahead and clear this out so I don't have to worry about backing up and coming back and hitting it again. The downside, of course, is it's not super strong on the edges. Makes you feel like you gotta go back and forth twice. But maybe if you look down, it'll slow it down enough that you don't gotta worry about it. Anyway, I think we're good enough to just keep going. Like I'm not quite making as much use of the white nozzle as I could be if I moved over to the right a little bit more. If that's the case, we might as well downsize to the yellow if we're being so precise. Get what we missed. And hit it with the double over so we can start back here. There we are. %4 done. Okay, the office roof is cleared. Let's get these stairs. Or ladder, whatever they want to call it. I'm not fond of shapes like ladders. Kind of makes it a little tougher than need be, strictly speaking. Oh, we didn't get the tops. There we are. Alright. Now we can get this office wall. I also like the way the tile looks in this map. It's very reflective. Very shiny when wet. Now we'll go ahead and work on. I'm surprised at that. Dinged. What? Oh, the office topper did. I think the wall topper. 47%. We'll go ahead and get the brick wall now, since it's kind of attached to the other wall. Now the office cladding is too, but aren't quite able to deal with that just yet. We're gonna grab our ladder. Give it a pop up here. We're gonna clean this roof, of course. Man, that looks like a whole new building just from the one wall we cleaned. Very pretty. Fire exit cladding. think the fire exit roof will take us up to 50, don't you? No, probably not. $48. Let's go around and get the rest of this angle. Alright, and then the rest of the cladding should be up here. Just because we're up on the ledge and I don't want to get knocked off trying to clean it up. I'll go ahead and switch to the nubby nose for now. Also, I'm not quite sure how I would get back up here since I left my ladder on the roof. Okay, the cladding's done. Have no reason to get back up there, so we can go ahead and put our ladder back in an accessible place. We'll work our way around the fire escape. This is kind of what I was talking about with the stuff being a little bit annoying. I'm going to give it one good wash with the green. Oh, that's another problem. Put the extension back on. Maybe that'll change some things. So much rust. So much rust to cut through, man. And you know what they want you to do? Just use this freaking nozzle. It kind of works, but it's a little more time consuming than you'd want it to be. Okay. It's one wall done. If we can cut back on the rust, we'll be alright. Hopefully there's not a lot of rust on the backside. Oh shoot, spooked me. %, not bad. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's done. 51% of the way through, fellas. Now I'll go ahead and clean through this wall. I don't like being back behind there too much, so we're going to try and get as much of that as possible, because falling off repeatedly would be a tad bit of a nuisance. It's almost like there's not even room to stand back there, or I guess lie prone. This whole roof is still a mess. That's okay. I don't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. Guess I didn't see anything directly behind the fire escape, but that would have been a fib. I think the biggest issue right now is this algae. But that's okay. Get that cleaned up. I'm just not being very talkative right now. I think it's a quiet day for some reason. I do feel a little sleepy. I'm probably up past my bedtime trying to record some extra episodes, so I can kind of get ahead instead of constantly feeling like being squeezed for time with no wiggle room. I think it'd be cool to get 4 or 5 episodes ahead. Oh, this should be week number 2, right? Number 14. It's pretty exciting. I think week 1 was definitely the hardest week. week 2, comparatively, I think has been easier. Kind of timed my weekend better. When I get far enough ahead, that's when I could start experimenting with other things. So I'm not so pressed for time. Trying to record and edit and work. We can get some other games going in, a little bit of variety. I think that would be great. I don't know what game I'm gonna play yet though. What other game could we work in here? PowerWash Simulator is definitely a vibe. But I'd like to get a puzzly game going. Something a little more engaging. For the old brain. I did buy the blueprints a while ago. For blueprints. And I never got around to playing it with the depths that I would like to play it, but I also feel like I would spend more time writing things down than anything else. So I don't know how good that would be. At least for this format, that'd be something I could play in my free time, I think. Oh shoot. Where am I? Lost in the sauce is where I am. Guess while I'm out here, it wouldn't hurt to get the cladding. There we are. Go around and get that wall cap. That way we don't forget these things. How to get them as we go. So we'll get the cladding while we're down here too, even though it's considerably larger than the others. This cladding has got a little bit of trim on it. Almost 60%. I think after the tower in the back, it's probably these the roof that's the most time consuming. So it's helpful to be getting the cladding out of the way. Crazy to believe this is all one big piece of cladding. Oh, the metal trim is done. Nice. Or maybe I missed a good portion of the top. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah. Should be able to get the rest of this from up here. Oh, holy cow, how did I miss all of that? Okay, it looks like everything on the roof is done except for the roof itself, which I believe should be able... We get it out. Yeah, see? I want to take it out like a block at a time. I don't even know if that's worth it. Look how little that does. This is some potent stuff up here. Doc, Leonard, Cal's dad, can you come round? I've got something filthy dirty for you. Okay. Wonder if just running this wide nozzle over it, because it's gotten about halfway, but the algae's kind of a mess. But maybe it'll enable me to... No, I don't know. It's not really... It's kind of just making a mess, isn't it? That kind of cut through it pretty good, I think. I can't believe I missed that. Okay, the only thing you can really do when the space is this big and everything's that difficult is start cordoning it off and doing a section at a time. Okay, now it's starting to look a little bit better. We can start doing these long strokes. Ooh. Want to fall off though. This is satisfying. Kind of work these two blocks at the same time. It's another little secret is you can just work on it one block at a time if you want to. As opposed to making stripes, just make sure you get each block completely covered with the yellow washer and that should take care of the algae for sure. Hypothetically, you could also spend money on a multi-purpose cleaner. I'm sure that would take care of it pretty quick too, but we're trying to save our money for the important stuff. Not temporary boosts to avoid boredom. For we do not bore. We relish the time spent cleaning. And they can clean these two over to that wall. Excited, we're getting pretty close on the roof. Okay, almost 70%. Funny number. Funny number. Get some long strokes going. Now we've kind of got a better definition of their area. And it's not quite as intense. Still feels kind of off because this isn't quite a block away from those doors. Or from the door of the fire escape, I should say. Now I'm just tearing through. Now I'm feeling guilty about just tearing through, so I'm going back to get this secondary location. Man, this place is looking spiffy. %71 complete. 72. Oh my goodness. There we go. I was gonna say, just ding already. So the roof's done. That's great news. Now we can start getting started on the sides. And I usually don't like to do the front just because that's the last thing I clean because of the transformation. I got the door frame in the door. We'll get everything on the wall and then we'll go back and just get the wall properly. Okay, now all that's left is the wall. Up and down and up and down. Up and down and up and down. Below the window, above the window, down the side of the window. Would be nice to get the next pressure washer. Man, these walls are being stubborn. Okay, we're almost done with this wall. About 77%, I reckon, once we finish the wall. Okay, the wall's done. Nice. Now we do this back wall. There's a lot of wall. A lot of wall here. Go ahead and clear out the wall base. Okay, and then we got to the side over there. I think we already got the wall topper, but just to be safe. Just want to make sure we get all the additional stuff before we go moving on to the wall. This wall just has a vent. Okay. Start on this wall. Okay, start on this wall. I think it's a frame. All this metal is going to be the frame, so. Make sure we get the frame done. All right. Get the window done, and then get the garage door done. I will say the yellow nozzle's eating through graffiti pretty good. Almost 80%. Okay, all we got's a little spotlight here. Okay, spotlight's clean. Get this out of the way. This freaking place has got a bunch of stubborn stuff on there, I tell you. Maybe it's just the bricks. Okay. At least it's generous with what it gives you. Go ahead and get this little piece of wall. Come around here, get this piece of wall. Oh, okay, that was all one piece. I wasn't aware. Almost 85. So the back is done, the side is done. Look how shiny that tile is. It's freaking beautiful, dude. Okay. Fire station's almost done. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. I think the hardest parts are out of the way, which is good. With how powerful this washer is, I don't even really have to go hunting down this wall. Where these windows are kind of numerous. I think I'll try to get those from down here. I was about to say, I don't think I got the window frame. Office overhang. Okay. Office overhang is pretty much done. Almost 90% of the way there, fellas. Oop. I do have to wonder how big some of these future levels are. Like, I'm pretty sure they have a couple of manors to clean. I feel like those are going to be pretty wild. Probably the floor up there. I see a little bit on the overhang, but nothing crazy. Not to warrant as much as there is. I guess right there was kind of rough. Yeah, the rest of it's got to be this right here. %89 of the way done, fellas. Go ahead and get this vent. Hit the ventnal. Okay. Hit the windows. Oh, there's no door frame, it's just the door, okay. 90%. Oh, I don't have the base done? That's not ideal. Okay. Not a lot of wall left, it's mostly a lot of windows. These are some big windows compared to the other ones. Good gracious. Oh, it's just the two though. 92%. Okay, the window frames are done. Okay. Keep getting closer and closer. And I think we're finally gonna be done with the office area. Which is honestly, after the tower and then the roof, the office area is pretty detailed. It's not very big compared to the other parts of the game, but dealing with all the windowsills is kind of trying at times. Okay, top floor is done. Now we could just get what remains. Gosh, but the tile is freaking beautiful in here. Alright, that's another window down. Just about 95% done. That was kind of nice. 95%, and all we've got left essentially is the garage. It's about 5% of the level right there. That's pretty wild. Garage doors are cleaning nicely. Glad to see not a lot of rust on those metal pillars or dividers or whatever we want to call them. Sitting at about a 96%. We're cruising right on through. Garage door is done. Garage door frame is done. Moving on to the next metal pillar. It's just called a wall, I guess. Not a lot of rust, but it does have a lot of those grimy spots on there. Garage doors, or get into the garage door frame here. Excellent. Now we're getting to the garage door, one plate at a time. Have to get the triple window. Go slow. Perfect. Garage door is done. 97%. 3% of the level right here, visible on screen. %. That wall's done. This board's done. I guess it's not a board really, it's more of just a base in general. Go ahead and get this garage door frame. Very nice. 99. Garage door, wall base, and wall, which should all be right here, right? Oh my gosh. This will be the first level knock on wood, first level I got, where I got to the end, and I didn't have anything else to clean. This is excellent. And the achievement popped, which is great. Hey, FA, any chance you can come hose down our spare truck? The mayor's running us ragged over here. Of course, Denver Drill, I'd be happy to. You see the tower light up one at a time. Roof gets cleaned up. Ah, man. That's beautiful. That's one hell of a job. Thank you. I gotta say, there's been a lot of talk in the community about the quality of your work, and from one person who loves spreading and standing around spraying water at stuff to another, you have our respect, as well as some of our taxes. Well, thank you. And thank you for joining me. Until next time, I'll see you later. Tomorrow, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Tomorrow we'll be tackling, oh gosh, there are like 3 jobs. I think the penny farthing has come up. There's an easier achievement on that. It's one of the shorter ones, so we'll tackle the penny farthing tomorrow, I think. Until then, I'll see you later.